Hello my dear students, this is your biology teacher Shivani Dikshit. So in this video we are going to discuss about the detail of the phyla of the kingdom Animalia, right? In the kingdom Animalia it compasses millions of known species. First phylum is Porifera. We will discuss about the kingdom Animalia, the characteristics of the Porifera. It is informally called sponges and they are having lack of true tissues, means true tissues are not present in these type of organism, right? They are totally sedentary and they lives in the marine or aquatic life. They are sedentary, they will not move at all. Clear? Next is the phylum Cnidaria. The Cnidaria includes corals, jellies, hydras, etc. And some of these Cnidaria have gastrovascular cavity and they are having single opening. For example, it's hydra and jellyfish, as I have mentioned in the above line. Next thing, third phyla is Platyhelminths. These platyhelminths are actually flatworms. They are bilateral symmetry, means the body is having bilateral symmetry and their central nervous system is present. They are having no body cavity or organ for circulation, means they are not having circulatory system. No body cavity is there. Clear? Next phylum will be Ctenophora. The pronunciation is Ctenophora. Its habitat, they are exclusively marine. They lives in seawater. Their cell organization is diploblastic. Diploblastic means having two embryonic germ layers, that is ectoderm or endoderm. Diploblastic. Reproduction is unseparated sex present and sexual reproduction process will be take place in their body. Internal fertilization will take place in their body. For example, the Ctenoplana and Coiloplana is the animals. Clear? Next phylum is phylum Aschelhelminths. They are also known as roundworms, right? Roundworms, their characteristic features are, first thing, where they live in fresh water, sea water, sometimes maybe in soil or endoparasites. They are also lives in the animal and human body, right? Their cell organization is bilaterally, complete alimentary canal is present. Canal cells are present for the excretion and reproduction is usually unisexual. For example, Ascaris and Viteria. Viteria is known as the filarial worm. Clear? Let's move towards the next phylum, that is phylum Mollusca. Mollusca are also known as the soft-bodied animals. They are known as soft-bodied animals, means their body is very soft and their body is having the external structure or calcium layer type of exoskeleton over their body. Their habitat is marine. They live in fresh water also. Sometimes they found on the terrestrial also. Their cell organization is head is present and the visceral mass is present in the form of foot, head and mouth. On the head, mouth is present, eyes is present, they are having tentacles over their body and a calcareous shell, as already I have told you, present on the body wall. That calcareous cell is called mantle. Their mode of reproduction is they reproduce sexually and most of the mollusca lays egg in the water. Example, snail and unio. Clear? Let's move towards the next phylum, that is phylum Annelida. Phylum Annelida, actually metamerically segmented body animal. Their body is divided into bilateral symmetry. Clear? Their habitat is marine. Sometimes they lives in fresh water and sometimes they are terrestrial as well. Their cell organization is bilaterally symmetrical. True coilum is present and peritoneal layer is present in there. True coilum is surrounded by the peritoneal layer, and for excretion their excretory parts are known as nephridia. It is most important part. Nephridia is known as the excretory part of the phylum Annelidas, and the reproduction is usually hermaphrodite, sometimes sexual reproduction also. They are known as hermaphrodite and sometimes they have sexual reproduction. For example, earthworm, leech and Nereis. Clear? The next phylum is phylum Echinodermata. Phylum Echinodermata have spiny skinned features, right? Their skin is having spiny, fluffy, sharp skin, spine-like structure. Their habitat is exclusively marine. They freely live in the water. Sometimes some Echinodermatas are sedentary. Their cell organization, its shape may be various, differentiated shapes are there. Some shapes are cylindrical, some having globular, some is flower-like, some is cucumber-like, and some are star-like shape. So they are various in shapes, right? And for the locomotion, some type of Echinodermata have tube feet, right? Its reproduction mode is usually sexual and they are having fertilization process also. For example, starfish, star shaped structure, and sea cucumber, cucumber shaped structure it is having, right? They reproduce. Sea cucumber reproduces asexually, it is an exception. The next type of phylum is phylum Chordata, and we will discuss this phylum Chordata into the following classes. Chordata is having divided into the 5 classes. These 5 classes are: number 1, fish. Fish is known as the Pisces, amphibians, reptilia, birds and mammals, right? So fish breathe underwater using gills. They are not having lungs. They live in the water. They have scales and fins to move in the water, and some lay egg in the water. They are cold-blooded. Amphibians live on the land as well as water also. They are known as amphibians due to the both category. They lives on the land as well as water also. Sometimes they lay egg and they are having small hair or fur over their body, right? They are having no hair on their body, and means absence of hair or fur. They are having smooth body. Clear? Reptiles have scales and fur, not fur, and have dry skin. Usually they lay egg. They are cold-blooded as well. Birds are also called aves. The next class of Chordata is aves. They have feather and wings also. Sometimes they lay eggs as well as some large birds give birth to their young ones, right? They are having ear holes instead of the ear. Next is mammals. As we know that we belongs to the Chordata class of the kingdom Animalia, and our class is mammals. Human is belonging from the class mammals. They have hair and fur on their body. They give birth to the young ones, and some type of the mammals also feed their babies or nurses their babies. They are warm-blooded, right? So this is all about the characteristic features of the 10 phylums. These 10 phylums having these characteristic features in detail. If you like the video, then share with your friends also. Subscribe my channel. Thank you and have a nice day.